Hello and welcome to another episode, and we're going to cover Showdown, the last Showdown of the year of 2001 in WCW. And if you're looking at this schedule thinking, why all these random matches? Well, the reason is we have got, what should be tomorrow, but apparently it's on Monday, we have got Starrcade 2001. And we want all our wrestlers in tip-top condition for that. So I think we've still got some pretty decent matches. We've got quite a few cruiserweights tonight, and all the angles are just all interviews with guys fighting tomorrow night. Monday night. So let's go to the start of the card. We've got Billy Kidman beating Diamond Dallas Page. The women's title is on the line. Stacy is going to beat Tammy, Tori and Medeja. We've got the hardcore title on the line. I've decided it's not going to appear at Starrcade. We've got better matches to put on there. I want to book the best ones possible. So for Wall is going to successfully defend his hardcore title over Roadkill tonight. Rey Misterio is going to beat Justin Credible. Chris Candido is going to beat Shannon Moore. And in the main event, Goldberg, who's not appearing tomorrow night. I did sort of and ah about sticking him in for US title match with Lance Storm and Shane Douglas, but that feud's been building up for a while. I'd have just been sticking Goldberg in there for the sake of it. So Goldberg's appearing tonight, and he's going to beat Jushin Thunder Liger. And of course, Chris Kanyon is against Big Vito at Starrcade. Stasiak's against Sting, Steiner, Hennig. Shane Douglas is against Lance Storm. And Hulk Hogan is going to be against Jeff Jarrett in a cage match. So, we're going to start the show. And good opener. Not a bad opener at all. Billy Kidman and DDP, the first match together. I don't know whether they ever had a match in real life, but certainly the first match they've had this year since I took charge. The interview segment with Chris Kanyon went well, as it usually does. Surprisingly high score for the women's title. Is that because we didn't have it last week and we've left it 2 weeks? I don't know. The match quality was abysmal, but the crowd reaction was very good. So maybe that's a little turning point. And I have wondered about putting the women's title on the line at Sin 2002. That is a possibility. Because I'm thinking of having a Royal Rumble match as a main event. And then all the other 8 matches would be all the 8 titles that we've got on the line. But it's just a thought. Sean Stasiak backstage, that did well. And this feud with Sting will do his singles career for World of Good. For Wall and Roadkill, surprisingly good hardcore match. You can imagine it. I probably should have put this on after Mysterio and Credible, actually, because we've got 2 cruiserweight matches on, one after the other. Could have spaced it out a bit better. But anyway, Scott Steiner, that went down well. Again, as it usually does. Just incredible Rey Mysterio. As far as cruiserweight matches go, it wasn't great, but considering Rey Mysterio's in it and Just Incredible notably doesn't have fantastic matches with other cruiserweights, I would say that was a relative success. Shane Douglas building up that feud with Lance Storm went well, as it usually does. Chris Candido, Shannon Moore, crowd reaction, yeah, that's fair enough. Match quality decent. Would have expected a bit of a better rating there. And we've got Hulk Hogan coming up next. Very good. Fantastic build-up between Hogan and Jarrett towards the biggest event of the year. Obviously, all that revenge that Jarrett wants after the Bash of the Beach 2000 debacle. Well, we've got a main event. Have no idea how it's going to go. Goldberg against Jushin Thunder Liger. Surprisingly pretty good, actually. Yeah. So jackhammer 1, 2, 3, a clean win. Jushin Liger gets in with one of the biggest names of the business, and Goldberg gets a clean win. So I think it did them both good, and a very good score. Usually, it doesn't get a fantastic rating for Showdown before a pay-per-view, but that was a pretty good one. So pleased with that. 0.48, still quite high, bit lower than the last couple of weeks, but the last couple of weeks had been our highest ever ratings. Jeff Jarrett wants to face Chris Candido. Well, you can do that after Starrcade. Why would you request to face Chris Candido when you're about to face Hulk Hogan in the biggest match of your whole career? There you go. What's that? Lash LaRoe and Jamie Noble. Oh yeah, we got that before. Okay. Jeff Jarrett and Chris Candido. That can be on Thunder next week then. Delete the mail. What is the incident? Alex Wright was injured yesterday. Well, it's a good job he wasn't fighting for the TV title against Hugh Morris. I think he was actually meant to be in the Battle Royal, but he's very easily replaced, so that's not a huge issue there. Imagine if that was Hulk Hogan or Jeff Jarrett. That would have been absolutely it would have been ridiculous. I think if that had happened, I'd have had to have made Scott Steiner, Kurt Hennig in a freeway with Hulk Hogan for the world title if Jarrett was injured. That would have been the only way round that, I think. Or bring Goldberg in to face Hogan. Although they're both heels now. No, that wouldn't have gone down well. Okay. There's Alex Wright. Oh dear, right. Jarrett won't be facing Candido at Thunder because it's not been renewed. We were getting good ratings not long ago, so that's disappointing. And it looks like Nitro is possibly about to be dropped. 1.60 buy rate for Armageddon 2001. That went pretty well, didn't it? Okay. Well, that's really disappointing. Let's get Starrcade out of the way, and then we will have a look. In fact, no, let's do it now. It's quite an urgent matter, this. Yeah, we know. Okay, right. What do we have to go on? We go on television. No, we don't. We go on WCW. We go on. No, it'll be on television, won't it? Of course. Let's have a look for networks. So, what networks are these on? Nitro's with TNT and Showdown's with American One. View networks. So we want for risk quite high, don't we? But we want a good prime time. ABC. We've got America One there. Comcast. We need a good audience, don't we? CBS. 1.20 ESPN. We could do with. Have we got anything with NBC at the minute? We could do with. Right. Let's send out a promo tape to NBC and see how that goes. Tape sent. Right, because we do need that. Okay, and that concludes this show. And we have got the big one tonight, Monday, 31st of December 2001, New Year's Eve, Starrcade 2001. I'm hoping it's going to be an epic one, and I'm really excited for it, so stay tuned for that.